comparing the Donner Hush X and the Hush X Pro. I've made a detailed review of both of these guitars, and I've made a video comparing the entire Hush range. However, none of that prepared me for what I found out during this video. And towards the end of this video, I'll show you some new variations on the Hush X Pro that Donner have just released. Before I started making this video, I assumed the only difference between the Donner Hush X and the Donner Hush X Pro was the electrics. But I couldn't be more wrong. If you were to take a cursory look at both guitars alongside each other, you'd say they were pretty much the same. The only obvious differences would be the pickups, the extra control, and the colours. However, if you look more carefully, or if I was to remove every part that wasn't in common, I'd be left with just the rests. And I now need to qualify that. So let's take a look at both guitars, starting at the headstock. Obviously, there's no actual headstock, but if I refer to it as the headstock, just so you know where I am. And if we look at the string anchors from the front, everything looks identical. The actual string anchors look the same, the nut looks the same, and the frets look the same. And the width of the neck at the nut is the same. So you'd think this is the same. However, if we look at the neck from the top, so you can see the profile, you can see that the profiles are completely different. The Donner Hush X Pro has a pretty standard C-shaped neck, whereas the Donner Hush X has an asymmetrical progressive C-shaped neck. Both necks are the same width, and they have the same type of frets and the same number of frets. So as far as that's concerned, they are the same. However, the feel of the neck is very different, and it's very difficult to describe which I would say was better or worse. And let's be frank, even if I could describe it, it's only my opinion. Everyone has their own personal taste when it comes to the shape and the feel of a guitar. I feel that the asymmetrical neck on the Hush X is slightly less deep than the neck on the Hush X Pro, especially as you get further up the neck. The Donner Hush X feels more delicate up above the 12th fret, whereas the Donner Hush X Pro seems to have more depth around and above the 12th fret. The difference is only marginal though, and both guitars are very playable. At the end of the neck, you can see both guitars have different styles of truss rod adjustment. The Hush X has got a truss rod cover, and underneath that is the Allen key style of adjustment, whereas the Hush X Pro has got the spoke wheel type adjustment. Both of the truss rods are dual action. Out of the two, I prefer the spoked wheel type adjustment, and that's just because over the years I've come across several of the Allen key style ones that have been chewed up, so it's either been impossible or very difficult to adjust the truss rod on those, whereas the spoked wheel type adjustment, it's nearly impossible to chew it up. When you get to the body on the Donner Hush X Pro is thicker than the body on the Hush X, and this makes the whole guitar feel a little more bulky, and it's slightly heavier than the Donner Hush X. I'm guessing that because the Donner Hush X Pro has got all the effects built into it, they've had to give the body a little more depth, so they've got room to put all the electronics. It's worth pointing out though that the difference in the weight and width of the bodies is very slight, so most people probably won't notice it. Looking at the front of the body, it's pretty obvious that the pickups are different. However, what's not so obvious is the fact that the neck pickups are in different positions. And this is because of the truss rod adjustment mechanism. On the Donner Hush X Pro, the neck pickup is close to the neck, whereas on the Donner Hush X, the neck pickup is almost in the centre position. Here's a picture of the Donner Hush X alongside a Fender Stratocaster, and you can see that the neck pickup on the Hush X is actually closer to the middle pickup on the Fender Strat than the neck pickup. And when you combine this with the different types of pickups on the two guitars, this will mean that the two types of guitar will sound different. Generally speaking, the further the pickup is from the neck, then the tinnier it sounds, or the more trebly. I'll do some sound tests at the end of this video, but I'll just continue going through the hardware first. Looking at the tail pieces and tuners on both guitars, they both look identical. From every angle and with the measurements I can take, they look very much the same. The only difference I can see is that the Donner Hush X has Donner Hush X written on it. However, without taking them off, I can't see any difference in the two tuner tailpiece setups. From a passive point of view, both guitars have the same controls: the stacking, volume and tone controls, and the pickup selector switches. However, the pickup selector switch on the Donner Hush X Pro feels a lot stronger and more hard-wearing than the pickup selector on the Donner Hush X, which is a flat surface mounted switch. And whilst they both work perfectly well now, I wonder if they'll both work perfectly well in 20 years' time. The biggest and most obvious difference between the two guitars is the electrics. However, both guitars can be played completely passively, in which case the specs are very similar, i.e. a single coil pickup, a humbucker pickup, a three-way pickup selector switch, a tone and a volume control. And because both guitars are designed as travelling guitars, they can both be played through headphones. However, the Hush X uses replaceable batteries, and the Hush X Pro has built-in batteries. The biggest feature in the electronics that the Hush X doesn't have at all is the special effects. And the special effects built into the Hush X Pro are quite powerful and editable. And if you don't have any special effects, you've probably got all the effects you'll need for a long while. However, if you prefer to use external effects, the Hush X is probably the one for you. Right, I'm just going to do some very simple tests with both guitars in passive mode. And I'll play 3 simple chords on each of the pickup positions, so you can really hear the difference in sound between the two guitars. And I'll keep it completely clean as well. Here's the humbucker, or the bridge position pickup. Here's the pickup selector switch in the middle position, which is both pickups. And finally, here's the neck pickup. Well, there's definitely a big difference between the sound of the two guitars. However, which is better, I'll let you decide. If you put down below in the comments which you think is the better sounding guitar, it would be interesting for me to see. And just as a sub note, the strings on the guitar are the strings it arrived with, so they were put on by Donna. Originally, I wasn't intending to do this, but because they do sound so different, here's a very brief test with distortion. I'm using the bridge pickup for both tests. As I mentioned earlier in this video, I've made a detailed review of both of these guitars. In fact, I've done a detailed review of all the guitars in the Donna Hush range. And I've done a comparison video between the entire Donna range as well. So if you want to see any of those videos, I'll put the links down below in the description. And I'll put the links to the Donna website. As I promised at the beginning of this video, I can announce that Donna have released 2 new models of the Donna Hush X Pro. And these are in 2 new colours, but the spec is the same. And as far as I know, there's just a black and a white one. And I've got the white one to show you, which has got a high gloss metal flake white finish with anodized gold hardware, and it really looks sexy. The original satin black one I reviewed had a very Kiss look to it, but this one has got more of a Nile Rodgers or Earth, Wind and Fire look about it. It's exactly the same spec as the previous Donner Hush X Pro, so all the information in all the previous videos I've done about this guitar still stands. The only major difference I can see is the introduction of a very practical but very good looking scratch plate. And in my own personal opinion, it's really sexy. It gets a 9.5 on the sexy guitar scale. And why have I dropped the half? They've left silver strap buttons. But if, like me, you don't like this, you can pick up some matching gold strap buttons for a couple of quid. And that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching to the end. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this and guitar lessons, please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And then you'll be notified when I upload new videos. And if you're looking for free guitar lessons, take a look on my YouTube channel in the playlists, where I've got several guitar courses with the lessons in order. And you can find the lessons again, plus the free PDF ebooks that you can print out at www.ebooksforguitar.com. And I have to give a very special thanks to those who've become channel members, because without their support I couldn't keep making videos. And if you'd like to consider becoming a channel member, please do so, but only if you want to and can afford it. If you don't want to or can't afford it, don't worry about it. Just watching the videos really helps to support the channel. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, bye for now.